Hello. I had the music blaring. It's Saturday here in the shop, and customers are coming in. They're strolling in. Someone's driving by right now. She's driving through. Um, the front of my shop is facing a busy intersection that not everybody can stop through all the time, but when they do, they are very friendly, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm glad to see some friendly faces. Oh, I just never know when someone's going to walk in, so I get to be prepared for that. As I do open the shop to the public, and right now I'm just getting things together. I poured my bone broth into my little makeshift burner, which is like this slow cooker type. Oh, it'd help if I would plug this in. I did spill a little bit that I spilled a little bit that I have to clean up. And so here I put bone broth in this little gadget that I bought at Home Goods, and it was a good little steal for I think $15. So I can put my food in here and heat it up at work, or if I buy certain types of packaged food, which I don't like to encourage too much packaged food, but if you have to buy packaged food, you should really do your research on getting some that are, at least for a limited time, have good components in there or good nutrients. I forget that I'm doing this live. I'm so used to recording and then just like deleting it. So I don't even know if I'll get to editing this recording. So bear with me as I navigate through these modern technology. So, and I usually do pat myself on the back for staying current because I grew up with computers and I'm no newbie when it comes to technology. It's just that it's always evolving with these apps. The apps really do a lot of different things to edit and make the visual seem, much more pleasant, less M's and ha's and who's and pauses. So this will just be like completely off the cuff. And I was thinking about doing it because I started getting ready for it's 12, it's lunchtime, but what did I have for breakfast? So I'm going through my routine and I've been clearing out my diet little by little. So I got rid of some of the big stuff that's just been messing with my whole digestive system, my whole system, but all the systems within it. So I have, I have to go through this and edit it so bad right now. So I poured my bone broth in as I'm getting this first wave of lunch. And, somebody's looking in here. So I stopped having meat. I was probably close to a pescatarian for a solid 10, maybe 15. Could be longer, but I probably took breaks here and there and had maybe some sort of meat or protein. Like for instance, I went to Peru and I had a burger, an alpaca burger, and it was right before I got pregnant. So it was like my body was craving it. And so my whole thing is that I go with the intuition of my body. I'm not going to go against the intelligence of my body. And when I do, I immediately or sometime after feel the repercussions of going against my body's intelligence. So lately, I've been going into the bone broth, and so when I can find this particular broth where I go shopping, I make sure to, look for it. And if it's there, I'll get it. And it happened to be there over the holidays. And I'm excited because it coincides with cleaning up my whole intake for the start of the year. Now, I'm just, doing that kind of physical reset. It's not like I have high expectations on myself, but if it's available to me, then I'm going to go with it. And it is. So I'm just going with nature's intelligence and not adding too much and doing more of reducing, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like a contradiction in itself, but it's reducing, and that will be my main focus. All right, so I put the bone broth that I got. I put it away, but it's a delicious beef broth. It's organic, or I think it's raised, let's see, this Kettle and Fire classic beef, 100% grass-fed and grass-finished beef bones. Okay, 100% grass-fed, no preservatives, finished bones. Okay, so I trust it is what it is. And this is a reputable brand for packaging, because ultimately you can make broth on your own. You can make, you don't have to eat the full animal, but you can go to your butcher if you have something local and ask, or you can go to a smaller, you can even get it at the local Stop and Shop and stuff and see what they have. But you want to get the closest to knowing the region in which the cow or animal has been pastured, just for environmental reasons. And then you also want to know, the care in which the animal had been in. So the less harm the animal had gone through in the process of getting to your stomach, then especially in the hands of people or mechanical. I guess if you were to think of a plus in factory farming, it's that I guess there is no plus in that. There really isn't. Okay, I take that back. I just thought maybe they could just be numbed, but I don't think that's possible. So yeah, avoid factory farming, avoid that. And we have this new pyramid, upside down pyramid, and it'll be interesting how people go forward with that. I thought I would just share a little bit of that experience for me, that I am back to having good quality meat, good quality broth, and I reflect on that time, and I feel like I intuitively knew that the quality that I was getting through the 90s, especially in the 80s and 90s up to some of the 2000s, was not the best quality for me. So I reduced a lot in the late 90s to the aughts, as they say, and then to now. So I went back into eating meat probably right around the pandemic or before, oddly enough. And that was because I was in a nutrition course, and one of the recipes that we had to make was a roast, and it smelled so delicious. It smelled so good. I missed it. I missed eating it. My body craved it, and so I made that roast again, and I ate it, and I enjoyed it, and I was like, I think it's time. I go back to it. And as a woman, my transition had been happening during that time and before, so I was like, okay, doesn't mean I have to eat it every day. I don't have to eat meat every day. I don't even have to have it every week. And I can drink broth whenever, and you can add the broth into different vehicles of intake. You can add it in soups. You can make a tea and add ginger or something else, and then you can have it in smaller quantities and just titrate it as you go along and get used to the taste. Because the thing about our senses is, if you have a lot of one thing, and it throws the palate so off, with the imbalance, that it's almost like you build an aversion to the opposite. So you do need a little bit of the opposite to kind of recalibrate your palate, and therefore everything else in your system and your organism. So remember that. If it makes sense to you, thank you for watching. It's almost about 10 minutes. I'll see if I can go back and edit this and make it a little bit more user or viewer friendly. And I guess I'll just go back to my broth and whatever else I do here.